Hello everyone, and welcome to the team builder for week 8 of the PUDL. We're finally onto the last week of the season. We've done very well so far, obviously only picking up 2 losses as of now and getting 5 wins. We're in a very good position. We currently sit second, however, which means we would currently get a weekly bye and we'd be straight into the semi-finals. However, if we lose this game, we could potentially be knocked out of that spot, even though we have secured playoffs anyway. So we are going to be aiming for a win today. Nonetheless, of course, we're always aiming for a win, but it's a little bit more important this week. But yeah, let's just get straight into the team. Obviously, we take on Ben this week, coach of the bigger Bens. Yeah, he has a very strong team that I am very scared of because we are going to have a terrain war this week between Weezing and his Rillaboom Sneasler. It could potentially be a battle of the unburdened ones because yeah, it's very tough. So first of all, obviously we have Choice Scarf Weezing. We have enough speed to outspeed a max speed Jolly Iron Treads, and maybe potentially surprise it with a 2-hit KO and get with Flamethrower if it is an offensive set. Obviously we have the Misty Surge to set up Misty Terrain. We have Strange Steam and Sludge Wave, just 2 strong stab attacks. And we do have Misty Explosion, which is boosted to 150 base power because obviously of the Misty Surge. We are potentially trying to catch something like a Sneasler. With that, if it's chipped, we could potentially do like 80% to it. If it's taken, for example, some chip earlier in the game, we can potentially just get a surprise KO with it and immediately get out into what is going to be our main sweeper for this game, our main win condition, which is going to be Misty Seed Howlucha. Obviously, we have the Unburden ability, so that if we come in after Weezing's Misty Terrain is up, we get our Unburden boost while also getting that +1 Spadef, and then we can potentially set up a Swords Dance, and my opponent team is very weak to the combination of close combat and acrobatics. Brave Bird is here just in case of a Granbull, I believe. If we're +1 into a Intimidate max HP Granbull, we could potentially pick up the KO with Brave Bird if it's taking a little bit of chip. So that's the reason for Brave Bird. But yeah, just a very standard set. Our stabs are just so good into our opponent's team this week that it's not even worth having coverage. Briefly, I considered like a Thief set in Brave Bird's place, but I think just having Brave Bird as that solid click is just way better. Next up, we have Rocky Helmet Archaldon. He is a very threatening physically offensive team with stuff like Urshifu that could benefit from our rain, and stuff like Mousehold as well. Rocky Helmet plus Stamina is just so good at taking those hits and basically boosting our defense to the point where things like Close Combat or Terror Blast Ground don't even KO us. So yeah, this thing's main job is to come in, just throw off a Draco or Flash Cannon. If we're in rain, Electroshock can potentially just OHKO the Urshifu. If he does have Sneasler set up in front of us and he is not a if he's a fake out variant with normal gem to activate his Unburden, we can just take the fake out, get the +1, and we don't die to a close combat. He gets the drops, and we will just KO with something like an Electroshock if rain is up, or a Draco if it's not. Rocks can also help out quite a lot just because his removal is not the best, I don't believe. So yeah, Rocks can help out slightly into quite a few things just with a few calcs, things like Howlucha or Weezing. So yeah, that's our Chaldol's purpose this week. Next up, we have Citrus Berry Politoed. We are running the Rain. We are not running Damp Rock this week just because in case Urshifu does get out of hand, we don't want to give it extra turns of Rain boosted Surgical Strikes to basically just sweep us down. So we want to, if we are in a bad position, we can just allow rain to go away. The only abuser we have this week is obviously Archaludon's Electro Shop. So we don't really need rain as much. It kind of just helps out with a few calcs. It also enables our Weather Ball on this. We have Ice Beam here for things like the Rillaboom swapping in. And Psychic is here for that Urshifu to hit it super effectively. We do, I think, have enough investment to 2-hit KO a Urshifu if it's no investment defensively with Psychic, which is really nice. And Haze is there to stop things like Swords Dancing, Sneaslers, and Swords Dancing Urshifus. So yeah, that's the purpose of Politoed. We're pretty physically defensive. Our Chaldon is max Phys Def. So he's got a very physically offensive team. His like main special attacker is only like Iron Jugulus. I believe, from the top of my head. So, yeah, we can afford to have a lot of physically defensive mons. That's also another reason why we don't want to have Rain for up as long, in case he's like a booster speed hurricaning Iron Jugulus, which could be a threat for us. We just want to get those Rain turns to the exact amount we need, and no more, no less. Next up, we have Raikou, which is very interesting, running a very offensive screens Raikou with the Terra Ground Terra Blast. Ground type attacks look super, super good into his team, so just having that Terra Blast ground ability. I believe we have enough speed to outspeed a max speed Maushold. And basically, yeah, so we have Terra Blast ground, which just does so well into his team. We have screens, we can just, with a screen up, our team is just so good. It allows us to potentially, for example, get a swords on top of the Howlucha, or set rocks with Archaladon, or even like, just take hits with it, or potentially go Polito, deal damage that way. Yeah, and then we can just Volt Switch out into those things after we've set up the screens. Next up, we have Dino Piranha, the Ogerpon, as our last mon, and we are running it in the rain, but we do have a few things to get around that. We are enough speed to outspeed max speed Maushold. Enough speed to outspeed max speed Iron Treads. I'm sorry, we don't actually outspeed Maushold. Yeah, we have the standard Ivy Cudgel, we have Trailblaze just to get a bit of speed, Player off his hair specifically for that Jugulus. If we get a Trailblaze and it swaps in and isn't booster speed, we can just hit it with a Play Rough and do massive damage to it. And we also have Low Kick, that's in case if we are in rain, it allows us to do massive damage to things like Gudra and Iron Treads. With a little bit of chip, it allows us to just KO them if they're not like physically defensive, which is really nice. So yeah, that's the team for week 8. A very, very crucial last week to see where we finish. But yep, that's the team, and I'll see you all in the battle. Hello everyone, and welcome to the battle for week 8 of the PUDL, where we take on Ben and his team, the Bigger Bens. Very, very interesting battle we have. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm very excited to see what he brings, because I thought there's a lot of options of things he could potentially bring. Very interesting. Okay, so what do we see here? We see Typhlosion. We see Dusk Noir. I was not expecting Dusk. We do see the No Jugulus is really, really big. We do see the Dusk Noir, which I don't think can terrestrialize. We do see the Maushold. Okay, No Gramble is really, really good for Howlucha. We do have to watch out for Terragosta. We do see the Treads, we do see the Sneasler. No Rillaboom is really, really big. So, it's not on Bird Disease. It could still be like a close combat, a White Herb or a normal gem set, but it's a little bit less likely to be like... we do see no Rillaboom for terrain, so this is very, very interesting. Not going to be a terrain war like I thought it is. He could be Ice Spinner and the Treads to stop our terrain. I think that's everything, right? He's a Rillaboom. Okay, there's Urshifu as well instead of the Rillaboom. So he does bring both Urshifu and this. Okay. So we have very little time to lead here. I think we could just lead Raikou here. I don't mind the Weezing lead. I'm just trying to think what he needs to lead. Iron Treads is most likely his lead here. I think I just want to lead Ogerpon. It's not too bad into everything. Very close there to timing out, which has not been good. But we are just going to lead Ogerpon here. We're going to see what he leads. We do have to manage that Urshifu and our rain. Let's see. It's going to be Dusk Noir. Okay. We don't have knockoff. He is going to frisk, I assume. Mask. He is slower, so no Scarf. Dusk Noir. Oh, he has pressure. Okay. Let me double check. That did say pressure, right? I'm pretty sure it said pressure. So we're going to see no frisk. He did not see our item, so he has pressure. This thing does have solid stats. Let's have a look at this. Does this get anything super effective for us? Does not. How much do we just do if it's like max HP? With a cudgel, we do like half its HP with a cudgel. It's not offensive. You could Trailblaze it. This thing does get like Wisp and stuff. It could be like a trick set as well, which would be a little bit annoying. I think we do just want to cudgel here, though. We are still faster, and we are going to see that this thing is a bit fizz-deafy, I believe. He's going to curse immediately. Okay. So he's just going to do a massive amount of damage to himself. And he's going to be... Is that Citrus? Okay, Citrus Curse. So we're going to see Curse connect. Which is fine by me, because we could just make the swap here. I guess maybe he was predicting like a Sword Stance from us. I do want to look at that Ivy Cudgel damage. So yeah, that is more than max HP. Is that like max Fizz-Def roll? That could be max Fizz-Def, Dusk Noir. Yeah, let me get rid of this grassy terrain. There is no terrain. We could go Lakitu here. I don't mind that. We don't have the most bulk, but if he's like offensive and has Earthquake, how much is he doing to us? 70. So that's a little bit annoying, but he's max Fizz-Def, so he's not gonna be that set. You can't curse again without... Does curse allow you to kill yourself? I don't even know. You could see the swap from him here. We could potentially just try and get a screen up. Is he gonna go for another curse? Let's see. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp, so that's fine by me. Good play. Predicting? I don't know what he's predicting, to be honest, there. Probably just the Howlucha, I guess. We're going to get hurt by the burn a bit. We could just Volt Switch. Do we KO the Volt Switcher? This thing doesn't have Levitate. Let me remind myself. We have our Terra going. We're doing 30% min. How much is this at exactly? It's at just above 30, so we could just KO this immediately with Terra Ground. Is there any reason to keep our electric typing? Not really. Yeah, there's no reason not to just Terra Ground here and go for a Terra Blast, I think. Or we could potentially get our Reflect going. We could go for the Volt Switch as well. Volt Switch has a solid roll to KO. I think I'm just going to go for the Terra Blast ground here, though. He is going to stay in, so we're going to KO the Dusk Noir. Yeah, we saw Willow. So this is his Fizz Wall. Getting rid of this for Howlucha is really, really good, because this would have taken probably a Swords Dance hit. We're just going to show our Terra early. He's either Terra Moush Hold or Terra Typhlosion. That's Fire, Ice Grass, or normal Ground Ghost on the Moush Hold. We are going to get the KO there on Dusk Noir. Very nice. We're going to take a little bit of Burn Chip here. What just happened? Did we time out? Wait, what happened? Oh, did he only bring one Mon? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Wait, I'm very, very confused. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna quickly... I think he may have messed up selection. Do you have to double check? Give me 1 second. Okay, technical difficulties are over. We just had to... Luckily, it wasn't too many turns gone by. So we're just gonna get straight back to where we were. We're burned on the Raikou. We have the Terra Ground up, and he is swapping in a new Mon. He goes Moush Hold here. Very interesting. This is one of his Terra Caps. This can go normal Grass Ground. I don't know if... I believe we're speed creeping this, unless it's Scarfed. We should be in a fine position. I do want to check calcs, just in case it is Scarfed. Like, how much is it doing to me? With our Terra Ground up. It's just like a max attack Jolly. Pop Bomb is killing us on 10 hits. Which is a little bit terrifying. If he is Scarfed. Would he be Scarfed on this as well? How much are we doing like with the Volt Switch? Just straight up. We're just doing 46. I don't mind that too much. We could go for Reflect. and block it. I don't think we're just going to Volt Switch out here. And hope he isn't running enough speed out speed. So we are just going to get the Volt Switch off. That looks like no investment. Okay, so he probably is offensive on this. We didn't see Terra as well. He could have very easily Terra grounded there, which I actually completely forgot about. That's actually really good that he didn't click it. It kind of leads me to believe that maybe he might be Terra normal here, maybe. I think we just got our Chaladon, right? He shouldn't have anything too powerful, and he's definitely not clicking Terra Blast ground. We have the Rocky Helmet for a reason. So yeah, let's just go our Chaladon. We could potentially try and get our rocks up. He could go for like a Tidy Up, which would be a bit annoying. He goes for the sub. Okay, that's a little bit annoying here. Flash Cannon should break this though, right? Yeah, Flash Cannon breaks the sub. We don't see any leftovers or anything. We're just going to go straight for the Flash Cannon here, break down the sub. He's going to go for the Tidy Up. Does that tidy up his own sub? I know Tidy Up can remove substitutes. Does that remove your own sub? It does! Oh my god! Does he know that? Does he know that interaction? Wait, is the sub gone? Do I kill her? It is! Okay, so Mouthhold is gone. Okay, that's really big. I think that's just a weird interaction that my opponent forgot about, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really sorry to Ben for that not being the case. I can sympathize with those weird interactions after our SmackDown Weezing shenanigans last week. Yeah, it's very unfortunate for him because that thing was very definitely a threat if he had the Terra Blast ground. He goes to Treads. This is definitely a threat. We don't see Booster on it. We do not see Booster energy here, which is very, very, very terrifying. If we is just like an offensive set, Earthquake, is that... Oh, if he's max attack, he does not... He only does about 45%. We don't have really much to hit it with, though. Do we just go Howlucha here? If we're Howlucha, we're not KOing. We could also go... no Weezing here, because he's definitely clicking Earthquake on us, right? How much is Politoed taking? Politoed, if it's max attack, is taking 35 to 45.2. So we're just going to go into Politoed here. We are going to get Rain Up. It's only going to be 4 turns after this. He's going to go straight for the knockoff, which is a little bit annoying. We do lose our Citrus. 383 to... How much is that? 383 to 289. So he did 93 damage with a knockoff there. Let's just calc that. 93. No, wait. 94. What am I talking about? Yeah, because 6. So 94 damage with a knockoff is not max attack. Wait, have I got booster on it? No, I do not have that. Is that like a... So he's not max attack, but he does have a lot of attack investment, it looks like. What is the play here for him? I mean, like, Psychic looks really, really free if he is swapping out, because how much do we do? We're obliterating this with a Weather Ball here. So I am just going to go straight for the Psychic. He does not make the swap. He just goes straight for the high horsepower. That's a good play. We're going to hit it with the Psychic. And we're going to do absolutely nothing there. Okay. I think we can just safely Weather Ball this turn. If he goes Urshifu, how bad is that for us? Urshifu, Water. Sterling Strike. So Weather Ball does do a good chunk to it. I'm just going to go for the Weather Ball here. He's going to go for another high horsepower. Does that KO? We do barely live this. We are going to get the Weather Ball Water off here. And we are barely going to miss out. Okay, so he is AV. This is AV. I don't think I mind losing this too much, to be honest. He does go for the Rapid Spin, which is a little bit annoying. We've seen knockoff, rapid spin, high horsepower. Maybe steel move last move. We could go into arch. We do take it pretty well. I do just want to keep my physical walls around is the only thing. How much is Ogerpon taking from all this? From Iron Treads. Ogerpon's taking a good chunk from Earthquake. What does that bait in, though, from his side? Ogerpon probably baits in the Sneasler, which is fine by me. I'm just going to go into the Ogerpon here. He doesn't even have Earthquake, right? He has high horsepower instead. So we should not be dying to this. In any world. Like, what is the best click for us here? It's actually probably to Trailblaze, right? Trailblaze would KO. Trailblaze should KO here. That's no defensive investment, though. I think he isn't defensive investment, so I'm just going to Trailblaze here. He's going to miss a high horsepower. That's a 5% miss. That's so unfortunate for Ben. I'm actually really sorry for him there. Because now we get a really big KO with Trailblaze here and put ourselves in a really good position in front of his team. He could just still go Sneasler. Sneasler would not outpace us unless it's like Scarfed. Or is able to be... yeah. So this is either probably Scarfed or Fake Out Normal Gem. How scared of that am I? Sneasler. I mean, he's clicking Dire Claw. I mean, either way, I think... if he's Scarfed, he's clicking Poison Move. And if he's normal gemming, he's giving us the boost on Arch. So I think that's fine. That's the plan, right? If we're at +1... how much is CC doing at +1? Burden... with Fake Out. Fake Out is doing absolutely nothing, and then Close Combat is doing 45 to us. It's just a tough read to make. I'm gonna go Archaladon because if he does just click CC, it puts us in a better position for later. And he is the Fake Out. Is it Normal Gem? It is Normal Gem. Okay, so we see Fake Out Normal Gem here. We can calc this as well. He did 19 damage with that. He's going to give us a stamina boost. Fake Out with Normal Gem. Normal Gem. Normal Gem. Fake Out. Not into +1, into just neutral. Fake Out. 19 is max attack adamant. So he is adamant on this, which is really, really big. But right now, if he's max attack adamant, close combat's doing 45 min to 53 max. And Draco should KO if he clicks close combat. He is at how much? He obviously took Rocky Helm, so he's at like 84%. So Draco doesn't kill, but if he does click CC, he swords his answers. That's a good play. The only thing is that now he has to... we do not get the roll here. Is it worth letting Archaladon die here? I'm just looking at how the Howlucha matchup at the end game looks now. I mean, like, CC does a million to a lot of things here. I think we let this go. We're just going to click Flash Cannon here. I mean, do we want rocks? I don't think rocks could be useful. I mean, yeah, if he's not killing, rocks are really good. But he is just going to go for the CC. And he is going to KO us. And this should activate Rocky Helmet. So, yeah, we have the simultaneous KO here. Sneasler picks up Archaladon. Archaladon picks up Sneasler. It's really good. So, Treads, Maushold, Dusknoir dead. So, he only has the Urshifu and the Typhlosion left. If it is Scarf Typhlosion, that could be a big issue because we don't have Rain anymore. Do we just lose to Scarf Typhlosion at this point? How much do we do to a Scarf Typhlosion? Typhlosion. Scarf with obviously Eruption. Into our Weezing. Eruption is killing. I do not believe a faster. Even if he is not max speed, he should be faster than us. How much are we doing with the Howlucha hit to it? The answer is not enough to really be big. We're just going to go into the Weezing. Yeah, it is a Typhlosion. If it's Terra Grass, we can KO after one. We will have the Misty Seed boost, which is nice on Howlucha. Eruption. With no item. I mean, here we just want to take our hit, right? With Sludge Wave, unless we want something else to die here. I mean, at this point, I think Lakitu dies. Is Lakitu taking a Typhlosion? Here? I don't think it is. Typhlosion, actually, we do live a Eruption from this, if it's modest. We're taking 72 to 85. It's a roll. Is Ogerpon taking one? Because I think I'm going Ogerpon on the sack here. Maybe I ran that a little bit too quickly. He is going for the Terra. Okay, so yeah, we do die to this if it's Terra. Is it Terrafire? It is Terrafire, okay. If he's going for Terrafire Eruptions. None. No item, Howlucha. He's doing 58.5. If it's at like 40%. How much is the eruption doing? 40% eruptions into +1 is not doing enough to really finish up. We do still have the Misty Surge up, so Misty Siege should activate. There it is. Do we Brave Bird? How much recoil do we take? Like 12%. And we guarantee a lot more damage if he's at like 35. That drops damage to 34 to 41. CC is definitely not a play. We can do a lot with Acro here. Are we killing an Urshifu? That is the big question now. Because we do not have the... We do have still... Urshifu Rapid. It's like Bandit. It would KO us. Brave Bird is a roll to KO it back if it's no investment. I think Acro is the better play here. We are going to drop it down to about 40%. It's going to go for the Eruption. Okay, and we do take it pretty well. Can we take another one? Do we Swords Dance here? Is it got Aqua Jet? That is the question. Do we risk the Urshifu having Aqua Jet? That is a particularly huge play to potentially make here. Aqua Jet would definitely KO us from where he's at. So it's just a big read to make at this point. Swords Dance, plus we risk the crit. I think we just go the Acro, because he can never click like Trailblaze, so he should be slower than Weezing, right? Yeah, we should outspeed with Weezing here. He still doesn't know a Scarfed. We're just going to KO the Typhlosion. And we're just going to do as much damage to this Urshifu as we can. I mean, we're full HP on Weezing, right? Do we take one? If we just Adamant, no band. On Weezing. he shouldn't KO us here, realistically. I think we do Acro here instead of Braybird because, I mean, how much is the roll here from Howlucha? If it's a good roll, I mean, there's a chance. We have a... If he's at max HP, keep an eye on timer. We're just clicking Braybird. There is a decent chance we just KO it. We do not get that roll. Does he go for any sort of... He goes for the Surging. Okay, so we should be fine. Even Scarf shouldn't KO us here. We should have the win here. We'll hit one time. 4 full feints. And we should be able to secure the win with Scarf Weezing. Do we miss the explosion for the memes? I don't think we do. I think we just click... I mean, go to Weezing. Let me not miss a Strange Team doesn't have 100% accuracy, right? Okay, yeah. Oof. Am I silly? Wait, does Sludge Wave not 100% accuracy? Wait, what? Wait, Sludge Wave does have 100%. So we're clicking Sludge Wave here. And he is not scarfed or anything, so we are just going to KO the Urshifu. And that should be game here. GG's to Ben. Massive win. That should hopefully secure us a weekly bye. We'll have to see. It might come down to Div. If one of our opponents like 6-0's their opponent. Yeah, that was a really, really good game. Big 2-0 win. GG's to Ben. We did have a little bit of struggle there. Having to recreate the game. That was fine, luckily. That was a very, very tense game. If he clicks Trailblazer there, and I don't know if he has it or not, but if he clicks Trailblazer there, I don't know if it could have come a lot closer. Then I'd want it to. I mean, he can't obviously crit the Surging Strikes. He could have like Iron Head though, which could flinch me. So yeah, it would have been maybe close. But yeah, big GG's to Ben. Is a great ending to the season. I believe we had secured playoffs, so we're definitely going to be in playoffs. It just depends whether we have a game coming out next week or the week if we just skip straight to semi-finals. We'll have to see. But yeah, GG's to Ben. Great game, great set. He very much put me in a very, very tough position. There was a few things that could have, like, if he didn't tidy up with the Marsh hold, like, and he was like Terra Ground, Terra Blast, we could have been in a tough position because our challenge would have been a lot lower. I did throw away the Politoed a bit early. Like, maybe I should have kept it around for that Urshifu. I nearly threw the game. But yeah, big GG's to Ben. Really, really fun game to have. And great week to end the season. So yeah, GG's. I'll see you lot all next week, or well, whenever I see you next for playoffs. Very, very exciting. 2 seasons of Draft League making playoffs twice in a row. So yeah, we must be doing something right. Bye.